Top 10 Netflix action movies. Do you want to watch your favorite action movies on Netflix right now? Guys, Netflix has the best movies in every category. And if we're talking about action movies, we'll give you the best of the best with tension, action, thrillers, and stunning visuals that you will undoubtedly enjoy. Hey guys, welcome to your entertainment channel, Netflix Tops, where we will tell you about the top-rated movies and series on Netflix. So grab your popcorn and stay with us until the end of this video, because today's video is going to list down the top 10 Netflix action movies. So let's get started. Number 10. This 2020 action heist film, directed by RZA of Wu-Tang Forever, is already gaining a cult following, which should only grow now that it's available on Netflix. It's a classic action film with well-directed thrills and characters, as well as a fair dose of social satire. Shameik Moore, T.I., Wesley Snipes, Terrence Howard, and Ethan Hawke are amongst the cast members. Cutthroat City tells the story of 4 childhood friends who return to New Orleans' lower 9th Ward after Hurricane Katrina to find their homes destroyed, no employment, and no support from FEMA. Out of options, they reluctantly turn to a local gangster who offers them one shot at turning their situation around by pulling off a dangerous heist in the heart of the city. When the job goes bad, the friends find themselves on the run, hunted by 2 relentless detectives and a neighborhood warlord who thinks they stole the heist money. Number 9. Fistful of Vengeance is the most popular action movie on Netflix right now. It is a 2022 American supernatural action thriller film directed by Raul Rainey and written by Cameron Lidveck. The film, Fistful of Vengeance, is a continuation of the Wu Assassins television series. Since its initial release on Netflix on February 17, 2022, the film has continued to be a success. The Wu Assassin team reassembles in Bangkok to avenge the death of one of their own, Jen. The film follows a remarkable comrade, Kai Jin, as he and his team set out to find Kyu On Ki, Jen's intimidating and powerful assailant. However, the road to revenge is long and irksome as Kai constantly encounters dangerous men who want to put an end to his life. How will he rise above these incessant fights to the death, and will he have to do it all by himself? Number 8. Blade Runner 2049 is a 2017 American neo-noir science fiction film directed by Denis Villeneuve and written by Hampton Fancher. It is a sequel to the 1982 film Blade Runner. It was largely regarded as one of the year's best pictures. Several awards were also given to the picture, and it won a few of them. A new Blade Runner, LAPD Officer K, is Blade Runner for the Los Angeles Police Department years after the events of Blade Runner 1982, and he unearths a long-buried truth that threatens to throw what's left of civilization into chaos. His revelation prompts him to embark on a search for Rick Deckard, a former Blade Runner who has been missing for 30 years. What enigma did he reveal? Will he become successful in finding the former Blade Runner? We won't spoil the actual fun for you. The movie is definitely worth watching. Number 7. While Netflix's overall portfolio has been shrinking, it is true that they have been quietly adding new projects from around the world. Take for example this French thriller, Sentinelle, which debuted on Netflix in March with little fanfare and was brought to the public's notice by critics. Clara, a 33-year-old interpreter in the French army, is the central character in the film. She was moved to Nice as part of an Operation Sentinel after seeing the horrors of the war in Syria. She strives to rebuild herself there with her mother and her sister Tanya. Tanya, though, is discovered half dead on the beach one evening after heading to a party. She had been raped and beaten. Clara will then go to great lengths to track down the perpetrators and avenge her sister. This merciless hunt will lead her in the footsteps of Ivan Kadnikov, the son of a powerful Russian oligarch of the French Riviera. Number 6. Sweet Girl is a 2021 American action thriller film directed by Brian Andrew Mendoza on his feature directorial debut. It's a decent action thriller that features Jason Momoa and Isabella Merced, and Netflix claimed in October 2021 that 68 million customers had viewed 2 minutes of the film within 28 days of its debut. Ray Cooper, a devout family man, promises vengeance on the pharmaceutical firm responsible for withdrawing a potentially life-saving treatment from the market just before his wife dies of cancer in the film. But when his search for the truth leads to a deadly encounter that puts Ray and his daughter Rachel in harm's way, Ray's mission turns into a quest for vengeance in order to protect the only family he has left. Number 5. J.D. Dillard co-wrote and directed this odd superhero film about an ordinary child in Los Angeles who discovers he isn't so ordinary after all. Slight is a 2016 American superhero drama film starring Jacob Latimore as a street magician who becomes involved with a drug lord played by Dual Hill. After his parents die, he is left to care for his younger sister and resorts to criminal acts to keep a roof over their heads. His sister is kidnapped when he gets too involved. and he is compelled to utilize his powers and clever brains to save her. In a smart way, the film subverts assumptions of the superhero genre. Number 4. Avengers Endgame is a 2019 American superhero film based on the Marvel Comics superheroes team, the Avengers. The film concludes the Marvel's tales up to that time, wrapping up the story arcs of several key characters. The plot revisits several scenes from previous films, reuniting performers and locations from the whole trilogy. The cosmos is in ruins as a result of Thanos' efforts after the tragic events of Avengers Infinity War. The Avengers must reassemble with the support of their remaining allies in order to reverse Thanos' actions and restore order to the cosmos, regardless of the repercussions or who they face. Number 3. Time to Hunt is a South Korean thriller that knows exactly what stylistic register it's playing at, as it relentlessly pursues scenarios where guys aim large weapons at each other in minimally lit, empty hallways. Yoon Sung-hoi wrote and directed this 2020 South Korean dystopian action thriller film. Jun Suk is released from prison for a prior heist he and his friends botched, but the currency has plummeted dramatically, rendering their previous loot practically useless. As a result, Jun Suk offers one final robbery to his best pals Jang Ho and Ki Hoon in order for the three of them to get out of their predicament. Their target is an illegal gambling house which stores hefty stacks of US dollars. The trio recruits Sang Soo, who currently works in the gambling house. After getting firearms from Bong Shi, a friend Jun Suk knew in prison, the quartet proceeds with the heist, which finishes messy but successful. They take a large sum of cash and the gambling house's surveillance hard drives, which contain footage of shady dealings between the gambling house's owners and various criminals. The loss of the surveillance hard drives makes the gambling house owners unhappy, so they recruit Killer Han to track down the quartet and retrieve the hard drives. Number 2. A 2016 3D military science fiction, supernatural horror fantasy and action-adventure thriller war film titled Spectral is directed by Nick Matthew. The movie has earned a score of 78% on Rotten Tomatoes, and Netflix has also released a prequel graphic novel of the film called Spectral: Ghosts of War, which was made available digitally through the website. Spectral is one of the early Netflix original films, and it poses an unusual problem for its lead character, Klein. As a DARPA scientist, it's Klein's job to investigate when US soldiers in Moldova encounter ghost-like apparitions that cannot be killed, harmed, or easily seen. After meeting up with General Orland and his men, as well as CIA officer Fran Madison, Klein discovers that the apparitions are a man-made threat. But knowing this and finding a way of stopping them are two different things, and nothing seems to slow their rampage. Number 1. Idris Elba's latest films dig deep into the well of genre fare, including The Suicide Squad and the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Netflix currently hosts one of the most underrated films, The Take, which even cracks its top 10 list. Originally titled Bastille Day, the film follows CIA agent Sean Breyer and pickpocket Michael Mason as they race to stop a group of corrupt police officers from stealing €500 million from the French National Bank under the guise of a terrorist attack. The film features shootouts and fights that have Elba using his muscle and height to pummel opponents into submission. And this brings us to the end of the video. What are your thoughts on today's video? Share with us in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for amazing movie reviews coming your way. And thank you for watching.